Welcome Libra, my name is Emil. This is a general and collective reading. You're welcome to take what resonates and leave what does not. Thank you, I appreciate you, and I'm so grateful for you. And before the reading, just some straight up advice drawing out for your reading. I've got know you are loved and let your fears dissolve. So that might be a little bit of what the reading or what you might need as advice on this at this time when this message has found you. Know that you are loved by everything and everyone, by all of creation, even the parts of creation that is primarily unconscious to that fact. Let your fears dissolve. Fear is simply false evidence appearing real. It is lies. So let's dig into your spread and see what Spirit has to say today. Thank you, Spirit, Spirit guides and higher self. Past energy for Libra. Interesting. It just shoved 3 cards out of the deck. And actually it was 4, but I don't know what this is about because I didn't ask for it, but it just came out with it. So normally I just do past, present, future spreads, but today we have another card which wants to be clarified. So the bottom of the deck is the subject and the theme of this reading. Page of Swords. Page is earth energy, swords is air energy. It's about restless energy, curiosity, a thirst for information, learning new things, an apprentice or student, intellectual pursuits, ideas, and resoning a messenger. So it's about feeling, I won't say it's not impatience, but feeling restless, feeling curiosity, feeling curious, and having a thirst for information and a drive towards learning new things, new skills, studying and learning. Maybe even, yeah, intellectual pursuits. So it's about finding stability within your mind and within your perception and reality. So that is what this reading is about. In your past you have Page of Cups. Cups is about emotions and relationships usually. And remember to use your discernment and your intuition regarding what resonates for you. Page of Cups is about a dreamer, serendipity, creativity, new unexpected trajectories, magic and synchronicity, and open and joyful heart, sensitivity, and naivety in romance, being motivated by innovative ideas. Page is earth energy, so grounding our emotions, maybe grounding our emotional investments. It's about creating your dreams on its unexpected trajectories, unexpected directions, unexpected blessings, an open and joyful heart, sensitivity, being motivated by innovative ideas. So really about being motivated and having that dream and beginning to unfold the dream by creating or diving into the specifics, but diving into, I feel like We need to clarify to get more out of it. Page of Cups, past position for Libra. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit guides and higher. Ooh, nice. Wheel of Fortune. It landed. I don't read reversals, but it landed in reverse. So, and you have the Hermit at the bottom of the deck. The Wheel of Fortune is about good luck or streams. It's about a shift that aligns for you. It's about change, fate, destiny, a lucky break, cycling up through karmic lessons, so learning from your past mistakes. I say that mistakes aren't actually real, it is just unintentional experience. It is experience, lessons and learning or knowledge there is in it that we didn't intend to come across, but the universe guided us there so that there will be something useful to discover in it. The chaos of creation, a turning point and serendipity, so a shift in your life, changing a lot of things around, changing from worse opportunities and circumstances to better, basically. So you are pouring into your endeavors. That is what I get by this. You are discovering how much your growth is actually, how much you actually grow when you pour into your own endeavors, your own passion and yourself and your dreams. In your present energy we have 10 of Pentacles. Pentacles is about the material. 10 is about completion, spiritual and material abundance, community, generosity, wealth and prosperity, building a legacy. So it's about a healthy community. We actually skipped the Hermit. The Hermit was what this clarification was about. So your shift of fortune, luck, whatever we want to call it, divine favor or direction, blessings, we can call it whatever we want to. There is a lot of different names to describe what I mean, but either you are spending more time in solitude, or this has had you in a position where you had to spend more time in solitude, contemplating, reflecting, meditating even. Inner reflection, meditation, contemplation, soul searching, inner wisdom, spiritual mentor, finding your guide within, taking time away from the chaos of a busy life, hermiting, so taking a step away from your reality, taking a step away from society, just doing you, just being in the present moment and doing nothing doing nothing yet doing something. It is about becoming still on the outside in order to listen on the inside. I already described 10 of Pentacles, excuse me for jumping around. This 10 of Pentacles is a community full of spiritual and material abundance. It is everyone is taking care of each other, everyone is working together, sharing and learning, teaching each other, learning from one another, and unconditionally loving each other. But it's not about love, it's about the material, it's about the physical. So it It's about community, a healing community, a sacred space. Let's clarify. Ten of Pentacles for Libra. Thank you, Spirit, Spirit Guides, and Higher Self. Two of Cups. Well, that's interesting. Two symbolizes polarity, opposites, positive, negative, masculine and feminine. We all have masculine and feminine energy within us. Energy has nothing to do with gender. Cups is about emotions and relationships. Relationships being friends, family, and of course it can be anything else. Remember to use your discernment. The clarification is Six of Cups. Nostalgia, reconnection with someone from the past. Of course, use your discernment. It could be a friend, it could be a family member, and of course it could also be a romantic interest. It could be a true soul connection, which isn't necessarily romantical. It could be anything. But the card that jumped out along with your spread, Knight of Cups, is usually about a love offer. So take that as you will. I'm not saying specifically that's it, because it doesn't necessarily say that. It could be that you, in your present moment, you are focusing on your spiritual and material stability and abundance. And you might have had priorities that didn't necessarily serve you at this time, that didn't unfold, and because it wasn't meant to at this time, or something like that. I don't know why I'm saying that. I just opened my mouth. I didn't even think, it just comes out. Two of Cups can be about romantic partners. It doesn't have to be. It can be true soul connections. That is actually what soulmates is. And soulmates is about, it can be pets, friends, family members. It doesn't, and it can be, of course, soul connections, so friends. It doesn't have to be romantical. But Two of Cups, first of all. Friendships, connected hearts, passion, kindred spirits, and joyful connections and cooperation. Unity, sometimes it can signify marriage, but this isn't the card that signifies that for me. Duality, love, and consciousness. So opposing sides uniting in some kind of way. Of course, it can be any kind of relation. It can be friends, family, and of course anything else. But Six of Cups. 6 stands for balance and harmony. So Six of Cups is about nostalgia, reconnecting with people from the past or someone. Harmony, themes of your life, inner child and future self. So this is like, I just can't describe that. I don't have words for what I'm perceiving or feeling. In your future energy, you have 5 of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles is about financial and health difficulties, feeling left out or ostracized, feeling like the whole world is against you, worrying about your security, a chance to clear energy blockages. Scarcity mindset, feeling helpless, victimhood, instability to move ahead. Fear and isolation maybe even can be, but it isn't in reverse. That was just something that came up with it. Clarify 5 of Pentacles for Libra. Future position, thank you Spirit, Spirit Guides and Higher Self. That was something. I see now. This makes total sense. Of course it does. I cannot make this up. God. Oh. Nine of Swords is about insomnia, fears, worries, nightmares, anxiety, keeping you up at night. So, Nine of Swords. Nine is a near ending. Swords is about the mind. Nine of Swords is about those fears, nightmares, worries, feelings of depression or anxiety, insomnia, and I already said fear. An opportunity to find courage, a time to focus on safety and the things that are going well in your life. So focus on the positive is your advice for this card. Nine of Swords is unnecessary negative mind patterns that have continued. That is worries, fears, and anxiety. Fear stands for false evidence appearing real. It's an illusion. So the growth that you are seeking and the peace that you are seeking and everything in all of your fulfillment lies in the work or after the work that you are avoiding. So that fear is actually telling you that if you overcame it and did it anyway, I do things when I'm scared because we have to. Being scared and doing something actually only means that you are going to gain a lot more confidence by overcoming it. You're going to show yourself that you are showing up for yourself and you are taking steps. But this is complicated. Fears, worries, nightmares, anxiety. Yeah, that is what Five of Pentacles is caused by. Next up, Devil energy. So usually about addiction or unhealthy habits, decisions. It's about vice, the grip of addiction, a need for liberation. It can also be unhealthy beliefs, perceptions, habits, anything. Healthy versus unhealthy, sexuality. So sex is about, it stands for sacred energy exchange, because intercourse mixes your energy with others. So if others, or if you're, when someone is having an intercourse, or they are actually mixing their trauma, giving a little bit from each other to one another. It is not a good thing to do if you aren't doing it with someone who is in the process of at least healing their toxicity and their I don't know how to describe that now, but it can also be about materialism. So putting too much weight and too much focus on physical objects, that is about materialism. The healing found in darkness, delving into your shadow self. You might have been trapped in, or you have been trapped in your own stories, believing them to be true, and that is why you were kept stuck. That is what delusion is about, and pretty much it embodies the devil energy. False beliefs. Delving into your shadow self, being trapped in your own stories. Also about manipulation, either towards others or lying to yourself. Temptation. So it's earthly energy, it's unhealthy energy, basically destructive, toxic, really unwanted. I don't want to call it poison, but it is. I'm also a Reiki practitioner, so I know what I'm talking about. I constantly work on myself, on my spiritual development and healing myself, doing all these practice, not doing, but being present and practicing all these practices in order to make better circumstances for myself, in order to let go of that which no longer serves. So that is all this unhealthy stuff, and that is symbolized by the devil card. Toxic bonds, need for liberation, so being chained in both delusion and destruction, fear and separation. 5 of Wands, 5 stands for change. 5 of Wands is about conflict, competition, ambition, challenge, being pushed by others to excel, brainstorming, mental juristing, adrenaline and aggression, surpassing limits, dynamic energy, which is just a term for positive and negative energy in the same field. That is the meaning of dynamic. Dynamic is when there are polarities. There are more than just, that is what it's about. Leveling up. So everything that we're being challenged with is serving our growth. It is pushing us, it is pushing us and urging us to make changes. 5 Wands is about that conflict, ambition, and adrenaline and aggression. So it could be frustration, anger, resentment, judgment, all that unhealthy fire energy. 3 of Swords is about heartbreak, painful separation. It doesn't have to be romantical, but it can be. Swords is about the mind. Painful separation, loss, heartbreak, an opportunity to heal, shadows coming to light, finding inspiration again. It doesn't have to be a person. It could even be Swords is about the mind, so it can be perceptions and beliefs. Can even be unhealthy habits. But I feel like 3 of Swords is an illusion being put to rest. And that is what this clarification is about. You are actively transmuting and alchemizing these lack energies. Remember to focus on the positive. It's a really, really, really important thing right now for you to focus on the positive happening in your life, what you already have to be grateful for. You're alive, you have the ability to breathe, I'm pretty sure you have clothes on your body and a place to sleep, food to eat. We have all these things. We wake up every day and we often take them for granted. And if we do, we end up losing it because we focus on what we don't have. And when we focus on what we don't have, we lose what we do have because we're focusing on not having and not having. We actually create our own reality. When you focus on not having, you're saying to the universe, I don't have. The universe says, yes, that's true. We make it so. And when you say, I'm abundant, I have everything I need, I'm so grateful for all these things, the universe is saying, yes, it is so. So you get my drift. You create your own reality. You are actively co-creating with the universe just by believing, just by imagining, just by perceiving. Had to get that out of the way. Let's dig into this Knight of Cups energy, and then the spread will be done, and after that I'll be drawing some oracle cards on what to do, what to focus on at this time for you. It will have practical advice. Thank you, Spirit. Clarify Knight of Cups. Clear. That one. Let's do that again. Thank you, Spirit, Spirit Guides, and Higher Self. Clarifying Knight of Cups for Libra. King of Cups. Seven of Wands. Five of Swords. Oh no, this one wanted to come out also. And the bottom of the deck is what the clarification slash advice slash subject is about for this clarification. King of Cups is it's an energy of being supportive, love, emotional intelligence, patience, experience, stability and balance, creativity, diplomacy, someone supportive, being nurturing, a wise leader. Cups is about water energy, so being empathic, being emotional intelligent. King is about air energy, so also being intellectual, but leading, or it's primarily water, mostly water, but also still with intellect involved. So this is compassion. This is understanding. This is being there for others, but still being perceptive, being intellectual, and it can also be about, it is not strictly about, or it is not about communication, but the King of Cups is very good at communicating. Seven of Wands, challenge. So being challenged. Challenge, grounding and protecting yourself. Movement and growth. Through challenges, we become stronger by overcoming them. Creative innovation, remaining ahead and feeling vulnerable. A sign to continue to share your ideas and self-expression. So, law of attraction and cause and effect. What you focus on, you are feeding your energy to, which means that it will grow. So what you focus on, you get more of. Focusing on the positive, focusing on your own peace, and doing actively. I'm gonna advise you, as I do with everyone, to breathe deeper and slower if you aren't already doing breath work. But it's just important to remember, because through our breath, the universe enters our being. Straight up channeling. I didn't even think of that. Five of Swords, about conflict, and five is about change. So it is this Five of Swords energy again. No, that was Five of Wands before. So it's still conflict, but Five of Wands is about anger, frustration, and even, yeah, actual outfolding conflict. Five of Swords is more about conflict that some are avoiding and some are trying to solve. Five of Swords specifically is about conflict, unfair advantage, experiencing loss, the need to build your skills and your confidence, hollow victories. Five is about change. Swords is about the mind. So it can also be frustration and being drained mentally, being drained, yeah, mentally. The world, there is good also. It isn't all about this conflict. The world energy is very nice. Completion, joy, wholeness, achievement, happy endings, abundance, success, new levels of consciousness. Literally traveling the world can also be a theme, but it doesn't have to. It could be signifying a need to move, but I'm not digging further into that. You will have to feel if it resonates or use your discernment. Both of those things I advise you. But the world is about joy, completion, wholeness, achievement, abundance, success, new levels of consciousness. So I feel like the world card is about, for me at least, and generally I feel like it's like this, that learning that life has a lot more to offer than we thought. Eight of Pentacles. So this is all of this you're going through, which is struggling, or all of that which you have been going through, are going through, and will go through, challenges there to strengthen you and make you even wiser. There is a lot in these things that we can learn from. What we resist persists, and what we accept dissolves. So focus on the positive, focus on pouring your energy into your own growth and into yourself, and prioritizing your own peace. Maybe even distancing yourself from unhealthy family members, friends, any kind of relation that is dragging you down. So the next step for you is to put in the work. Eight of Pentacles. Eight, generally speaking, stands for abundance. Pentacles is about the material, mastering a skill, an expert craftsmanship, putting your life force into your work. So pouring in your energy and your passion and your love into your work, into what you do. Methodical progress, patience and determination, soul purpose. Can also be about finding your soul purpose, but I feel like this is more about establishing it, or pouring into it, building it brick by brick. And it's not going to come overnight. We need consistency regarding achieving results, but we should have no expectation, because it ain't gonna turn out as we expect it will, or as we want it to. It's going to turn out as we need it to, and as it will serve us for our growth and for our best. Sometimes it can be challenging, but delving into that challenge and seeing that the challenge is only there to make us grow, the lessons are blessings in disguise. There is wisdom in it. So when we release resistance to it and observe, perceive, and are open to changing our perception, changing our actions and our decisions. But I feel like that this is coming natural to you. You're being pushed by the circumstances to invest in yourself, because nothing else is. It seems like that anyway. But you are building your material and spiritual abundance. You are learning slowly but surely that life has a lot more to offer than you thought it had. We have a lot of unhealthy experience, which is based on untrue stories, belief systems, lies, illusions, which doesn't serve us. And that is what you, through this challenge, or through these challenges and through obstacles, are learning from and transmuting, alchemizing. I didn't know. I had something I needed to say. It was challenged. It was channeled. but it slipped, so maybe another time. I'm just trying to find it. Won't actually do a lot. That was your spread. Next up I'll be drawing oracle cards, which will have advice on what to do, what to focus on at this time when this message has found you. Every challenge is strengthening you. I feel like I've said that a lot. You're probably tired of hearing me saying it, and that's alright. What I'm trying to say is, it's just hard to put into words because it keeps slipping. Maybe I'm not supposed to say it. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for Libra. Thank you, Spirit, guides, and higher self. First of all, know you are loved by all of creation, by all of the universe. You are completely loved, and you are whole. You are enough just by existing as you are. You don't have to believe it for it to be true. It is so already. You don't even have to agree. But you'll see. Release your blocks. Letting go of the old, embracing the new. Letting those things that want to leave our life, leave our life. Know your worth. Value and honor your own feelings, your own worth, your own well-being, your own peace. You need to prioritize that, because no one else cares actually. They only care about themselves mostly. I know that ain't exactly true. There are people that care. That is why I'm here. But at the end of the day, people are either too focused on themselves, working on themselves, or too focused on what everyone else is doing. Know your worth and focus on yourself, because it doesn't matter what anyone else is doing. Let your fears dissolve at the bottom of the deck. Messages for Libra. Thank you, Spirit. Talk less, feel more. Become still on the outside in order to feel and perceive and receive messages on the inside. Push through any insecurity. So when we have insecurities, it's simply because that there are stuff to learn. It's often when we fear something, it's because we know that it's going to make change, and change is, we don't know, and not knowing can be fucking terrifying. I'm not gonna lie. I never would, but just saying, change can be fucking terrifying. It is a leap of faith that is needed to embrace change. And to do differently, we must choose differently, choose to perceive differently. Push through any insecurity. Your fears are actually telling you, the bigger the fear, the bigger the blessing. So the extent of your fear is telling you how much the blessing on the other side. Step up and lead. It is your time, it is your purpose. And you know it's so. And fear is a false evidence appearing real. It is an illusion. It is an attempt to stay comfortable. It is, in fact, procrastination. And I've suffered a lot of that. I still have my moments where I feel it, and it really sometimes get the best of me. But I decide. So we must be strong enough to take our own decisions, and if we want something, we must choose it and do it and keep doing it, because consistency is key. It's not about copying others. It's about learning what they are doing and what that has to teach you, and making that your own, doing it your own way, being yourself. Be humble, because people who think they know it all know nothing. When you think you know everything, you are basically unteachable. You cannot be taught anything when you think you already know. You have to be humble enough to admit that we think we know, but there is a lot more to know than we actually know. And the more we believe there is to know, the more we are willing to learn more. So it is 41:41 at the timer. Go for it. Unleash your kindest self. Step up and lead. Push through any insecurities. Release your blocks. Know your worth. You are enough. You are whole exactly as you are. And you are guided. You are protected. No weapon raised against you shall prosper. All ill intentions, spells, and spiritual warfare is returned directly to sender in Yeshua's mighty name, and so it is. Thank you, I love you. Be humble, know you are loved. Breathe and be still. Just be. And everything will slowly, at its own pace, reveal itself to you. All that you have been through has lessons in it. Even especially the things that we don't want to work with, and the things that we are trying to run from or feel resistance towards. But those things are having the most lessons and the most blessings to teach us. A lesson is not pain in order to break you. A lesson is pain in order to strengthen you, because we do have a choice. And that was all I had for you today, Libra. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you guys blessings, peace, and prosperity. Stay blessed and be well, fam. Love and light.